Music can improve your mood and fend off depression. It can also improve blood flow and lower your levels of stress hormones. However, it has to be the right kind of music because the data shows that shuffling to any random song can actually induce a stressful response. Introducing Soundwaves, the first streaming service that plays the music that you want to hear based on your mood. My teammates, Eric, Sam, Phoebe, Emma, and I have been collaborating for the past 4 months to create a product based on this quote from a one-on-one empathy interview. This summarizes the most critical insight that emerged from our qualitative need research. People can't imagine their lives without daily streaming. It's become a habit. People listen to music no matter what they're doing. This fact has allowed the music streaming industry to be valued at $20 billion in 2019, and it's expected to expand at a CAGR of 17%. The major consumer segments within the category are young, wealthy adults between the ages of 18 and 34. The young and wealthy really drive revenue in this industry, as 68% of them report music streaming every day of the week. In our extensive research with the target market, we heard that people wish that there was a way to listen to music that they can relate to based on what they're doing or how they feel. In order to create the perfect playlist for consumers' complex moods, we've decided to work with Spotify for a multitude of reasons, but mainly just because Spotify is the first to try new things. They're innovative with product features, and they even pioneered Spotify Wrapped. They raised profit margins to 29% just by raising prices this year. The product we're launching with Spotify uses AI software, mood sliders, your preferences, and factors like weather and BPM to create custom playlists for you. We revised this concept statement about 1,000 times, and it was based on feedback like, what is a mood slider, or make it more concise. But we finally ended up writing the next concept statement by reorganizing, removing 3 sentences, focusing on one core benefit, and removing the mood sliders. Our concept statement is unlike any product in the industry, but I'll go ahead and hand it over to Phoebe to discuss our analysis on our future potential competitors.
Thank you so much, Sydney. So in looking at our existing competitors, we kind of found 3 main ones that we were focusing in on: Pandora, Apple Music, and YouTube Music. Although Pandora is a super niche player in the market, they have a very high success rate of making sure that their playlists and radio stations are personalized for their listeners. Apple Music and YouTube Music do similar things, just not as well as Pandora. So now that we've actually met our competitors, let's go ahead and look at our competitive landscape. There are about 8 main competitors within the market, and although they all have varying membership prices, they all offer relatively similar benefits. However, Spotify is the only one in the market that is currently designing a similar technology to what we are looking at, and we're looking to pair with them. So now that we've met our competitors and seen our competitive landscape, I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Sam to go over the product concept survey.
Thanks, Phoebe. So for our product concept survey, we wanted to identify one of 2 main concepts to pursue: Streamio and Soundwaves. Respectively, we had 106 responses to our survey, 56 for Streamio and 50 for Soundwaves, ultimately resulting in very high purchase intent levels of 19.25 for Streamio and 15.75 for Soundwaves. Now, ultimately, we wanted to decide and go with Soundwaves because of the immense upside we saw, which my teammates will touch into later. But if we jump to the next slide, what I wanted to show you here is some of the feedback we got on that particular concept. People were instantly relating with the way that this seamlessly connects what they want to hear and what music they already like to music that they haven't listened to yet and maybe want to explore. Also, people say that a lot of the friction in the music streaming industry is correlated with finding new music to listen to on a daily basis. Now, all this feedback wasn't necessarily all positive, however, and we did receive some great critical feedback that changed our thought process going forward. We wanted to identify how the software would be programmed and how we could be transparent with our users to show them that this isn't something that invades their privacy and analyzes them on a certain level, which would be considered invasive. Now, in addition to that, people want to know, how would this allow them to try new music in addition to music that they've already liked, or music that is similar to that they've already liked. Although we wanted to go into this concept a little bit more and examine it, that is mainly at the production stage of our product, and Eric's going to talk about that a little bit more and why the financials back this product wholeheartedly.
Thank you, Sam. So for pricing, we decided on a retail price of $150 per month. And when you take this into a yearly number, it comes out to $1170. This is discounted for the less than perfect retention rate that we are predicting for this product. And then kind of going off of that, our variable cost per unit is $1.96. And this low price point is justified because Soundwaves is a complementary product to the entire music listening experience. It's not the experience in itself, it's just a part of it, which is why we decided to not really have a price point that reflects that whole experience. In terms of profitability, this is a theme that is pretty prominent throughout the entire financial section. This product is looking extremely profitable. If you look at the margin number, it's 84.41%, and the markup number is almost 600%. These two numbers are very impressive, especially for a product in its first year of existing in the market. And looking at our sales forecasting, so we decided to take two methods of sales forecasting to come up with our number. The first one was top-down sales forecasting method called ATAR. And this method came out with a sales forecast number of almost 2 million. And then in terms of bottom-up sales forecasting method, we decided to look at the jury of executive opinion method, which came up with a sales forecasting number of almost 1.4 million. And if you average these two methods, we get about 1.7 million, which is the number that we ultimately decided to go with when calculating our revenue. Speaking of revenue, here is our income statement. There are two numbers that I would like to point out. The first is gross profit, which is about 16.5 million. And this is basically the number of that reflects the amount of profit we make before implementing advertising and marketing costs. And 16 million is, it's a very large number. It's very promising to see that number, in our first year. And the second number that I would like to point out is our net income, which subtracts that advertising costs. And, looking at it, it's the most important thing is it's positive, which is pretty rare for companies, in their first year. And two, it's 6.5 million. It's 33% of our revenue, which is extremely impressive and kind of further reflects that point that I made earlier of, this product being extremely promising and profitable. Now, Emma is going to talk about our product positioning statement.
Thanks, Eric. When moving on into our product launch, our group decided to start with our product positioning statement, focusing mainly on our reasons to believe. So first, the fact that we're partnered with and a subsidiary of Spotify, and second, that the app is backed by artificial intelligence. The main reason for this, as Sam mentioned, was that our survey results showed a lot of skepticism over whether or not the product would work. And this idea comes across in our product release and packaging. You open the App Store where Soundwaves is available for you to download for free. The app icon cover is green to signify our association with Spotify, and the 3-panel overview gives you more information on the benefits, such as on the first slide, the ease of use, on the second, the quiz component and how it works, and on the third, its compatibility with existing streaming services. All in all, this is meant to convey the key message that Soundwaves finds music to go with your emotions and experiences for you. As Sydney mentioned earlier, Soundwaves' target market is young, wealthy adults. The technology is relatively new, and as such, our primary objective is to raise awareness. A lot of this growth we're expecting to come from our ability to leverage our partner Spotify's existing user base, but some should stem from our marketing campaign. In this campaign, we're going to be partnering with key famous musicians like Taylor Swift, for example, and having them take the Soundwaves quiz in order to design a playlist and advertise it through tweets and Instagram stories. Why we felt that social media was the best place to generate awareness and that musicians were the easiest way to hone in on our target market. On the next slide, you can see just like a few quick fun examples of this, but overall, we expect it to cost just about $2.5 million of our total $10 million budget. The rest is going to go to supplemental advertisements like things on YouTube videos or in the Spotify free version in order to meet our expected units of 1.7 million sales. With all that being said, now that I've covered our overarching concept, Phoebe's going to walk you through our marketing touch points.
Thank you so much, Emma. So when looking at channel selection and objectives, we came up with 3 main channels that we really wanted to focus in on. The first one being brand awareness, the next one being consideration and trial, and finally loyalty. When it came to brand awareness, we wanted to make sure that we were focusing on celebrity influencer campaigns, as well as the potential for bundled prices along with Spotify Premium. When it came to consideration and trial, we wanted to implement our freemium pricing model. And for loyalty, we wanted to make sure that we were really looking at an annual subscription for our consumers. So now that we've looked at our channel selection and objectives, we're going to go ahead and talk about our verdict. My team and I have really decided to push the go for our service. We think it's a unique service with perceived benefits, strong reasons to believe, and financial projections that are showing a positive net income of over $6 million. With the ability to leverage the existing Spotify user base, we think that this product will really succeed. With the right playlists and songs, music can improve your mood and help battle mental illness. Soundwaves provides you with a new way to listen to the perfect playlist for you. Thank you so much.